In the year 2016, 32-year-old CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, set a goal of running 365 miles over the course of the year. Not only did he complete it, but he did so 5 months earlier than expected, having plenty of leeway. Well, this is not surprising, given that he set goals every year from 2009 to 2019, ranging from reading a book every 2 weeks to eating only plant-based diet all year, and he achieved them all without fail. Being human, you experience a sensation of fulfillment and dopamine rush when you achieve your long and short-term goals. You are driven to achieve the next ambition you set for yourself, which brings you a step closer to your ultimate goal: freedom. Sadly, this is not the case. Year after year, month after month, and occasionally birthdays, you set goals pertaining to your finances, your health, fitness, your career, your relationships, and sometimes spirituality. You picture yourself earning the 6-figure salary you've always wanted, getting out of debt, losing the extra weight, achieving your fitness goals, spending more time with family and loved ones, taking that vacation to visit new places, reading those books you want to read, giving up smoking, and the list goes on. You kickstart your journey towards achieving them with a lot of motivation and energy, but somewhere along the way, you grow cold, you lose motivation, and then you give up.
What I'd like for you to do right now, I want you to think about your dream, because I'm in a room full of dreamers.
Are you gonna say you wanna do something? Do it for 2 weeks and then quit like you did last year, like you did the year before last? And you scratch your head and wonder why you're freaking broke.
A lot of people have been stuck in the never-ending cycle of setting goals and largely underachieving it, due in part to the way they set them from the outset. Chances are, this has been the roller coaster you've been riding in over the years. Now you are tired and have no encouragement whatsoever in achieving the so-called SMART goals you reluctantly set in the first place. What if I told you you were wrong? What if I told you there's a specific path you can tread to achieve your goals? What if I told you this framework exists and guarantees achieving the objectives you desire? Would you call me a liar for saying that? I promise that I'm not, and by the end of this video, you see things from a different perspective compared to your approach of achieving goals. But I warn you, this path is not an easy one, and not many of you will tread this path to the point of getting results. But for those of you that do, imagine for a second the quality of your life if you were able to achieve the current goals you have laid out at this point in your life. Imagine how valuable you will be once you've reached those milestones. I would like to offer you a brief knowledge ride for the next few minutes. So, are you with me? Still with me? Then let's not waste any more time. First off, let's get this out of the way. You probably have too many goals you focus on achieving at once. At the same time, you want to increase your income, spend more time with family and friends, spend less time on social media, cut down on alcohol, get out of debt, live more economically, get more hours of sleep, read a book a month. The list is endless. I want you to stop for a second and realize that 80% of our results and quality of life come from 20% of our actions and routines. This is commonly known as the Pareto principle, and it actually works in most, if not every aspect of life, from wealth distribution to decisions we make in life. If you write down 10 goals you want to achieve on a piece of paper, chances are that just 2 of them will have the largest impact on the outcome of your life. This is one of the ways Zuckerberg was able to achieve his goals for a decade. He kept it simple, setting a maximum of 2 goals annually on Facebook. In addition to biting more that you can chew at once, you need to understand that the majority of the goals you set don't factor in the journey, but only the destination. Life just doesn't work that way. The way to the promised land is not a smooth one. It's filled with roses and thorns. There is always a process before the result, which you probably don't factor in when setting your goals. You've been too result focused that you forget that there is a process that leads the way. And just like Brandon Sanderson puts it, life before death, strength before weakness, and journey before destination. Now, it's getting narrow. Pay close attention. Systems are the backbone of result. What does that even mean? Let me explain. Goals are about the results you want to achieve. Systems are about the processes that lead to those results. For instance, if you are a student, your goal might be to pass your exams. Your systems might be to consistently read what you've been taught, burn the midnight candle, and practice past questions. If your goal is to learn a new skill, your system is consistent practice and improvement in different areas of expertise required in that skill. Let's say you're single. Your goal might be to be in a happy relationship. I don't know how you can achieve that, but good luck finding that out. The point is, ultimately, what you do in the process guarantees whether or not you achieve the result. The good news is that you might not have control over the outcome, but you have control over the process. Now, the big question is this. If you put your goals aside and focus on systems, will you still get results? Well, I think you would. Let's take sports for instance. The goal in any sport is to finish with the best score, but it will be ridiculous to spend the whole game staring at the scoreboard. The only way to actually win is for each team member to play their role as effectively as they can, and then the scoreboard takes care of itself. Same thing goes for your finances. Imagine you keep staring at your account balance the whole year in hopes that the number will magically increase. Wouldn't that be awkward? The natural thing to do is to go exchange some value you can offer for money, and then the result naturally falls in place. Don't get me wrong, it's very good to set goals because they set direction, but to make progress towards that direction, you need systems. We more often than not fail to achieve our goals because we spend too much time looking at the scoreboard and give less attention to playing the game with finesse. Let's use this framework to achieve a goal that's fairly common. Say you want to increase your finances. The first thing you realize is that money is given in exchange for perceived value of the problems you solve. That out of the way, you come to understand that if you want to make more money, you have to increase your perceived value towards your employer or the people you do business with. You further simplify the process into learning a new skill or improving on a skill you already have to the end that you become more valuable than your current self. What does that result in? You improve your skill by practice and becoming better at the problems you solve. By consistently doing this, you will inevitably achieve your goal. Because systems are the processes that get you to the goal, it's very important to build consistency around them, more like turning them into habits. You can liken it to a driver who is driving to a far destination. It's the simple action of consistently moving the car in the direction of the destination that results in achieving his goal. As simple as it sounds, if he drives for some time and stops, he hasn't achieved his goal of getting to his destination, but it's still the repetition of that action that is stopped that will take him there. Bottom line is, consistency is key and will always outperform intensity in the long run. Do the math. Getting better by 1% every day will result in you being 37 times better by the end of the year than you started out when you compound the effect of consistency. according to statistics by reliable plans, only 8% of individuals succeed. The system that gets you there is, I don't even know. What if I told you this from